All right, question of the week, MBLEx review number 18. Our question is, ulnar deviation is also known as what? Is it flexion, extension, adduction, or abduction? One more time. Ulnar deviation is also known as what? Flexion, extension, adduction, or abduction. So I'll give you a few moments to work on this one, and then we'll go ahead and head over to the explanation. All right, so in the community tab, I asked you, ulnar deviation is also known as what? And we had a great turnout. We had 41 votes here. And so 7% of you said it was flexion, 24% of you said it was extension, 44% of you said it was adduction, and then 24% of you said it was abduction. And then thank you to the 5 people who liked this post. So a majority of you said it was adduction. So let's see if this answer is correct. Now, first of all, let me just point out that anytime we are referring to the body, we always have to refer to the body in the anatomical position. This is super important, guys. I want you to make sure you understand this. And the reason for that is because this makes this side my right side, and it makes this side my left side. It is the standard position that we use for reference when discussing any anatomical terms or anything about the body. So always remember anatomical position. So now we need to figure out, okay, well, where is the ulna? So we need to check out the skeletal system. So let's go ahead and zoom into this and see which one of these structures is the ulna. So here we are. Again, we are in the anatomical position, and we have the bones that are in the forearm. And so right here on the lateral side of the forearm, we have the radius. It's easier for me to remember the radius because I think of the thumb. So I think, okay, the radius is on the thumb side, and the ulna is always going to be on the pinky side. So it is the medial bone of the forearm in the anatomical position. So when we're in anatomical position, the lateral bone is going to be the radius, and then the medial bone is going to be the ulna. So just make sure you have an understanding of that. So let's look at this question one more time. Ulnar deviation is also known as what? So let's look at flexion and extension. Flexion is this movement here. Extension is this movement here. And what you'll notice is neither one of these are deviating towards my ulna. So this answer is not correct, and this answer is not correct. So we can go ahead and get rid of flexion and extension, leaving us with adduction or abduction. So let's go ahead and take a look at those two movements. So here we have adduction, and that movement is going to look like this. Here we have abduction, and that movement is going to look like this. Now remember, my lateral bone is going to be my radius because it is on my thumb side, and my medial bone is going to be my ulna because it is on my pinky side. Adduction is deviating at the wrist towards the midline, bringing it towards the midline, and it is deviating towards my ulna. Abduction is abducting. That means it's moving away from the midline, and it is going towards my thumb side, my radius. So this would be considered radial deviation because it's deviating towards my radius. This one, adduction, is considered ulnar deviation because it is deviating towards my ulna. So the correct answer here is adduction. Ulnar deviation is also known as adduction. So a majority of you got this answer correct. Now there's something interesting here. Let me show this to you. Remember that this is adduction because it is deviating towards my ulna. My ulna is in my medial forearm. It is the bone that is the medial bone of the forearm in anatomical position. And we always have to refer to the body in anatomical position. So now check out this movement. What is this? Is this adduction or abduction? Well, this is also adduction, but doesn't it seem like it's being abducted away from the midline? Here's my midline. Well, we always have to consider anatomical position. So even though the movement looks like this, it is still considered this. We always have to return back to anatomical position. So make sure you understand that. That's very important. Now, if you were part of the group who did not get this answer correct, I would encourage you to check out this video where I cover the different movements of the wrist, also known as the radiocarpal joint. I would encourage you to make sure you have an understanding of this before you go into the MBLEx. This is very important information, so make sure you know this stuff. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Y'all have a wonderful week ahead, and I will see y'all in the next question of the week. Y'all take care.